Hey guys, Cindy over paper.old.new. Thanks for coming by and spending some time with me today. God bless you for being here. I don't know if you remember this. I went through and found a bunch of ephemera. I told you I had all those kits, remember? I had them made up in these Ziploc bags and I showed them to you. I made them from paper pads because you get a paper pad and it's got 3 or 4 copies of every design and you use 1 or 2. You have your favorite designs, you might use them up or, whatever. But you end up with a paper pad full of papers, and a lot of times the papers match. I mean, somehow, some way they go together. And I made these journal kits out of some of my earlier Michael's paper pads that I had. I had them all stacked up, and there was just tons of it, so I made some paper pads out of them. Some paper kits out of them. And I pulled one and I said I was going to start with this one, and I went through all of my ephemera because the other thing I said is I had all of this pre-made ephemera that I never go through and I never use. So I was going to make some semi-eclectic. They do kind of have a theme because it's all from one scrapbook paper pad, but it's going to be semi-eclectic in the pages that I add and the ephemera that I use, kind of fitting in with the theme, but not necessarily all totally matchy-matchy is what we're going for. So we're going to take a look. I did take these papers down to my multimedia mixed media area and kind of treat the backs of them because a lot of the scrapbook paper is white. So we're going to put these together and we're going to see about putting some of the ephemera on. I have not really a plan for this video other than to go through here and show you what I've done to some of the pages and to put the pockets and stuff together and try and get some headway into this. And then at some point we're going to pick some pages to go in here other than scrapbook paper page. Okay, so we'll have to pick, book pages and all this kind of stuff. And I sat and made myself a list because sometimes when I'm looking for pages to put in a signature, I don't always remember, hey, you have this, and hey, you have this. These are all things. So I ended up making myself a list of all the different types of paper that are possible for me to maybe put in here. And, I might go through and do some of that. So anyway, we'll get started. Just give me 1 second. Right, so let's take these apart and take a look at them and see what kinds of trouble we can cause. Okay, as you can probably already see on that page, I've done something to the back of this and it's soaked through. All right, so here's our first page, and we're going to try and put some of this together so that it's not, constantly just sitting in pieces and not useful. I like to round my pocket corners, and then I'll see about, now this is a garden book, so lots of opportunity for, like laces and, all kinds of stuff. So I wouldn't be opposed to putting some lace on these pockets. Like this. And then maybe something up there. I don't necessarily want it to be too, thick, I guess, but I think it would be kind of cool to decorate these up with some laces and stuff like that to go with all of the gardening theme. Maybe I should glue it down first. I want to get a top trim. Let's see. Okay, let's see what I got in here. Well, we might be able to use this blue in here. Might be able to use that in here. Probably not that. I want something to go up at the top of the pocket. I don't necessarily want it to be beige. You know what it might end up being is some sort of ribbon trim. See, this is what I mean when I say I have no plan. And I can spend lots of time looking through stuff. You guys know how that goes. Oh, it's not, that space is too wide. That ribbon's not wide enough. Sorry. I'm looking at some ribbon I have down here. I have some Grosgain with gold polka dots on it, which might look really cute up there. The problem is, if I want the lace to kind of stick down off the page down here, that space is too wide for that ribbon, I think. Okay. let's go ahead and put glue. Okay. Put this one here, and then I'll have to get a piece of paper towel or something to mop up any excess mess. And I apologize if you can hear talking and whatnot out in my hallway. My kids are home for the evening. Everybody's in the house. So they're chatting and, all that sort of thing. I don't know when you're going to see this video because I have news. In one of these videos I've recorded over the last couple of days, our air conditioner went down. And today is the Monday after that happened. Anyway, so it's the Monday after that happened, and my husband called the air conditioning company to come take a look, and we thought it was going to be, have to replace the unit, have all this, it was going to be a big thing. Well, it didn't end up being a big thing, and all I can say is God is good, because I prayed from the time he came and told me that the air conditioner was broken that it would be an easy fix, that it would not have, it would be, done the day the guy came out. I just prayed that it would be taken care of, and as usual, he listened every time. So, yeah, I have to be very, very thankful. My husband came and told me what was wrong, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank God. And I literally got down on my knees and did some praying, because I was like, you got to be kidding me. I was so thrilled. If hopefully I do the videos in the order so that you hear the story about the air conditioner first. I have both of them recorded. I'm recording this one now, and the other one's been recorded, I think, most of the way, but hasn't been edited. So neither of them are up, and I don't know what order they'll go up in. But I'm pretty sure you'll see that one first. This had all happened over the 4th of July weekend, so happy 250th. I was just, the crazy. All right, so we got those covered. I'm getting more and more into trying to put, laces and stuff into, spots like this. I still need stuff to go on top of these, and I'm going to have to trim the lace because that's in the middle where, it's going to get sewn there, and the pockets are going to get glued shut. So technically, I probably don't have to trim that because that's just where it's going to get stitched through. But just to have it out of my way so that when I'm trying to sew the book, it doesn't get caught on anything. All right, so let's glue this glue. I'm telling you. At this rate, we're going to have time to get one page done. Isn't this always the way? You know what I might do is get my lace, my scraps box out and see if there's anything in there that we can use. Because Lord only knows, paring down the scraps box wouldn't hurt. And since I'm trying to, the idea behind these books is kind of using what I've got. Going through the stash, all that big stash I've made, just getting things used, because I make them and then they've been sitting and they don't get used, and well, you know the rest. All right, so this is going to get glued in here as a pocket. Like that. Oh, it needs trimmed. Maybe? Maybe not. Does it need trimmed? No, looks like it's all right. Okay, so the only thing I do with this now is glue. Now, really all I have to glue is this. Because everything else, if I want to get as much space in my pocket and not have like a lot of glue or anything for it to get caught on, this is going to fold around the page. I do need to decide, well, no, because it's going to fold around the page. So really all I have to do is glue here and here, and they'll block each other off because they're folded around. So like this, we'll glue this down right here. Right along there, all right? So it's just this spot, all right? And that'll fold up, and then we come back here, and this folds around, and we just glue along the edges. Wait, I do like to clip them. Don't get too generous with the glue on the edges, because then you lose pockets space. I know I talk about that a lot, but that's because when I'm making cards and stuff to go in journals, I'm constantly running into size issues because I'm trying to make the biggest card possible to fit in the pocket. And I'm constantly running into size issues because they bump up against the edges where I've glued. And I don't know, once I push that down, I don't actually know how much the glue spreads in. So I end up with a little bit of a guessing game. And I end up having to, just trim and then try and fit it, and then trim it, and then try and fit it. Okay, so we have a tuck here, and we have a pocket here, and this is going to be a pocket. Cute page, right? And then this page, where are they? I have all these. Now this one goes, I'm pretty sure my thought was for this to be a layered band. So this goes like this. So this makes a layered pocket here, and then on the other side it's a belly band. And this, I'm not sure. I might have been thinking about doing a layered tuck here, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So this may end up being a card that can be used in the book. Okay. So now we just need to put this on. And I don't even think I'm going to... I don't want to talk about it. I don't think I'm going to glue anything but each end. Okay, so this is going to go right under there like that, and it'll act like a pass-through. Okay, and then we'll wrap it around, and we'll glue it down on this side. Yeah, that lace is getting all caught up in there and making it bulk up in the middle. I do need to trim this lace. All right. Last but not least. Okay, so this is this kind of a page where I already have the pieces, and we just kind of have to build the page. I just want that stuff out of the middle because now the page closes. Okay. See, and I like that a lot. I'm even okay with this. I wasn't okay with it because it was dark, but it's kind of a purple, and the dark goes with the flowers a little bit. So, and when I was talking about Eclectic, I mean, we really got Eclectic, because if you see these pages, and I have no idea what order they're going to go with in the signature. So when I open this one up, oh, this was the one we did together on screen when I was first showing you this project, which would actually look really cute like that. So, yeah. Okay. Look at that. Already got two together. All right, so what are we doing here? Oh, yeah, this is an uptuck. And I just painted this. You can see it looks like it's been painted. I painted this with yellow Rit dye because I like the blue and the yellow together. So these are going to be uptucks. And they will also get decorated. I'm not sure how yet. While all the pages are out like this, and until I glue them down, all of these pockets, sewing is in the realm of possibility. The reason these are up tucks is because I wanted the garden page to be down. So up tucks is what I got. But yeah, so until I glue these down, which is also why I didn't glue these down, because with the lace on here, stitching might be a possibility, and I wouldn't stitch it to the book because I don't want the pocket stitches out here on the back of this page. So I would put it through my sewing machine here and then flip it up and glue it. So that would be how I would do that. So I just need to figure out what I want to put up top. So we're that far on that one. This will probably go out here. The other thing I will have to do is, you remember, as you put a signature together, the pages start to push out. Now, this one I can't cut because I'll cut my pockets free, the ones that wrap around. So I can't cut that one. So I just have to be careful. This one, I did purple. Look how dark that is. I actually have this. This might look good on here because look, it goes. Look at that. Okay. So maybe here. And then I can flip this one over and do that, and the pink peeks through. Oh, I like that, guys. I'm liking this lace-covered pocket thing. Okay. So I would need to cut it here. Like this, maybe. How's everybody? I'm loving the idea of like a throw together an eclectic journal, because what I want to do is go through, and then this one will go this way because I don't have enough of it up there to go the other way. I really want to go through and use up, like, because when I've been out like at like thrift stores and stuff, I buy all kinds of books, right? And I've bought tons of books. Well, I need to start using the books up because I don't have a lot of shelf space. I don't have a lot of place to store all of these books. So I need to start using them up so that I can clean out my storage, make room. I would say you make room and then you just fill it back up, which is not false, but that wouldn't be the reason for clearing the space. The reason for clearing the space would be because if I have cleared space, I can fit the stuff. Because right now I've got stuff piled in corners and stuff. I mean, it's just everywhere. So getting the book space, or the bookshelves clear, or the lack of bookshelves. So books is one of the things I piled in the corner. So it helps clean out like all of the clutter. I kind of want to get to the point. I don't want to necessarily be minimalist, I guess. I want to have the equipment that I need to make, but I also want to be like, this is the project I'm working on. This is the supplies I need. You know, I don't want to be storing a lot of excess supplies necessarily. But in the same token, man, when that thrifting bug hits and you want to go to the thrift shops and you want to shop, wait, which way was I doing? I was doing this one this way, right? No, that one's upside down. This one was this way. Hurry up before the glue dries, Cindy. Oh, that's what's confusing me. It was this way. I think we did it before the glue dried. I hope. And of course, this is oozing again. I'm gonna have to get another paper towel. Hold on, guys. All right, new paper towel. So that's that one. I'll trim it up shortly. Ooh, the pink and purple will go really nice with that. Just kind of stacking them as I go. All right, now we have another one of these to put together. This one, as you can see, this is a vinyl mat of some sort, and I love this pattern. So whenever I, have a chance to use it, I do. So this is obviously just plain purple paper with that pattern on it, which I love that pattern. Plain purple might go right here. And I don't know that I'll do the same with those pockets. We'll have to look and see what I've got in there. Okay, and then this, guys, and you'd say bright. Okay, we might do the layering. So the question is, what do I want to ink these with so that you can tell them apart? I don't necessarily want to go vintage photo with it. I mean, I will, but I kind of was thinking, I don't know, something else. I might have to look in my box here. See, I would do Victorian velvet, but I don't think that it would show up. I suppose I could do worn lipstick, but man, would that be bright. I might not be able to get any more out of here, guys. It might be finally at the end of the bottle. I tried to waste as little of this stuff as possible because, daggone, but it's expensive. And I buy it in bulk because it's a lot cheaper in bulk. From Amazon, I think it's a dozen bottles. And you know how much they are in the store. So a dozen bottles is a little over $100, or at least the last time I bought it, it was. I don't know what it's up to now. It works. I guess you get what you pay for. I want to do this. I want to get these put together on this signature. And then I think what we'll do is flip around in this bag and see if there's anything we might want to use in this signature. So we'll work on this signature today. And then what I might do is pull some papers and do a little bit of rearranging and trimming. The other thing is my other solution for pages like being too, like sticking out too far. My other solution for that is to stitch, like stitch borders on the edges or glue ruffles or, something to that effect. That is all the way down in the bottom. You guys see? Oh, no, it's not. It moved. I want it all the way down in the bottom. It keeps pushing up when I fold, which I don't want it to do. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave that sit. This one's gonna be the double pocket thing again, like that, and it'll be not having this fight with you. And this is gonna be a double tuck out here. This is very psychedelic. I did do this, and then I looked at it and I went, well, maybe I can break it up with ephemera and stuff. Because Lord only knows it needs it. Okay. Very bright. Okay, and we're going to need this for... I have to figure out what I'm going to ink that with, and then I'll have to figure out where in the signature it goes. But that's the signature. I'm going to put that up there. I'm going to let that dry and see if I can get it to stay. Okay, so we have this pink paper. Now, you have two options, of course. This can be left to be journaling space. So I don't necessarily need to fill every spot. But I have tons of gardeny type ephemera that I found that, I want to use to get it out of my box. I don't want to see now. This is what I'm always talking about when I say I don't like just taking a square and gluing it into the corner of the page. I don't like that. It's not, I don't know. There's just something about it that I don't like. It's not enough, or it feels too small. I don't know what the issue is, but it's an issue for me. So I don't like it. So I'm always trying to figure out if I'm going to do that, how do I expand on it? How do I make it more? How do I make it, maybe the answer is to put more stuff on the page. Also could be to stop hemming and hawing over that one thing. This is also something that I do like the way that folds out. What about this one? This one's purple. Oh, and orange. No. No. And herein lies the rub, guys. Figuring it all out. All right, now with this, what I could do is I could glue this down as a pocket along with another piece. Let's see if I can find... Oh, wait, no. You know what? Hold on. Okay, so I have all these cutoffs. These are all pieces of the kit that I made to be like that's a pocket. Ooh, gusseted pocket, guys. Something to decorate. I'm looking for something I could belly band I could use as, and I don't want to use the same flower pattern that's on this page, which is that. So, oh, you know what? Do I have anything in this that I could use? Okay, we have an envelope. No. We have, no. Seriously? This would be perfect. Depending on how I glue this, that little notch might not matter. Now, I'm going to have to take it off of here to glue it so that it has a flat spot to glue on. And then once it's glued down, it can... Okay, and then we glue this down. So let's glue this piece down first. I don't think the notch will get in the way. I'm hoping nothing will catch on there. I don't know what I could do to fix it. I don't have any more of these cut in any other shape. I made this. I mean, I could cut this apart. I'm worried about that notch. Guys, I'm paranoid about everything. I mean, you don't even know. Or maybe you do. Maybe you guys do it too. I don't know. I feel like I have taken forever and we've gotten nothing done. Well, you're watching my process in real time, though. I mean, I will fumble around until I find something I like. I guess the next video you see of this book, I will fumble around until I find something I like before I come on here, and then we'll do the video. So that what you see is me actually doing things and making progress. It's this, not progress. Okay. All right, so we're going to put this on here. This makes the pocket much higher. It's going to be a peekaboo pocket. It'll peek out right there. And this will go down as a tuck. So this is only going to get glued on this side. And I think I'm going to cut it short here at this gold line. And we'll clip it again. And then I think I'll turn it down so the gold line's at the bottom. Okay, now all we do is glue this side down. So this side goes down. Oh, massive amount of glue. That side goes down. And I want to get it down while the page is flat. And that way it can dry on here flat and it'll catch. And that way when I curve the page around the signature, it won't pop off or come loose. But I like these kinds of pockets because these kinds of pockets, to me, they're interactive and they're flat, but they provide lots of space. So I can put something back here, I can put something behind here, and then this flips up, and I have journaling space and something can tuck in there. So love that. Now this I'm going to glue down this side and across the bottom. So this will be the bottom of my pocket to catch anything. But whatever you put in here, because this bottom is going to sit lower than this bottom, it will... Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I glued the right side. It will catch anything you put in here, but that whatever you put in will still peek out down there. So let me see if I can get something that will show against the pink. Let's just use this. You should be able to see that. So if I can put something in here, and it's a tuck, so it can come over pretty far. It can be wide. But I can put something in here, and it'll come down and peek out at the bottom. So that part is a peekaboo pocket. Okay, and this is a tuck, or something a little bigger. And then, of course, you open it up, and you've got a pocket there. Now, obviously, you can't put something that's tall in there, but if you were going to go matchy-matchy with the page, that would fit. Okay. So look at us go. I know we didn't hardly do anything, but all right. So that's done. I'm going to put it up there for a minute. Move this out of my way. Grab all of my little scrappy bits. And let me see this page. What are we doing here? I'm wondering if once these become tucks, I could put that in there. The little booklet. And I have no idea what that is, but it's a nice big piece of paper. All right, let's see more of the pre-made stuff here. Now, this is what I was talking about with the paper clips. Remember how I said if I wanted it to be on this page like this, once the paper clips down, I don't have the option. It has to be over here if I want this on this page. I mean, obviously, I can put it on here, and it can be like that, which isn't bad. But I can't now put it over here, which is where I would have wanted it to kind of hold that in for now. Okay, here's some other, like, remember what we did on the ones on the other side where we put these on here? They're talking a lot outside my room. Can you hold on just a second? Kids were being loud. Drives me crazy. Okay. The other thing I always have the possibility of doing, which I might. Oh, but I would want it on this side, I think. Which is fine. No. Wait. The decoration would need to be to the outside. I don't think that's a tuck. It's not. Oh, and this needs a thing. This needs the divider thing I was telling you that I put in those other pockets. You know what? It could be I was going to say a belly band, but it's not really tall enough, is it? I suppose that would depend on how I attach it. So then what I was thinking is I could take this off like that. And then I could put, thinking, this is lighter. That's what I'm thinking. What if I put some of this on? Do I have room under there? I don't. But I could do it to the back. So if I put lace on here and put this on here like this, glued, I wouldn't glue any of it down. The lace would wrap under the other side and attach to the page. Yes? What do we think? Do we think that would hold? I gotta have a big enough piece. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna cut it. I'm gonna need 2. Okay. And we're gonna need it to go I'm going to cut this in half so we have the same amount of lace at the top and bottom. Okay, so far so good. And then what we're going to do, ready or not, here we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to glue it. I need to be able to get, whoa. I have to be able to get under there and over this. Did I give myself enough? Is the question. May not have. So let's do it higher. Take this off like this. Look, I'll have lots of lace scraps to use for other stuff. Let's do like that and then just cut this in half. And then I've got lots to work with. Of course, it can only be that wide in one of the spots. That might be the bottom piece. The only reason I say that is because the bottom is where the garden is, and I don't know how much I actually want to cover up the garden. So this is what we're going to do. First of all, we have to cut this top off. Look, we're going all in, and I'm using stuff, guys. Be proud of me. I'm using stuff. We're going to try and do this and stop before I cut the other side off. Okay, so now we have a blue something. All right. Okay. So far, so good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to close this over and we're going to glue this flower on here. Of course, it's going to interfere with the rose. I want it to hold, but I also want to be able to see my garden. That was the whole point of making this page like this, was to be able to see the garden. Okay, how many of us are thinking that's enough to hold it? All right, so we're going to put glue all over the back of this. Fabri-Tac is supposed to hold this stuff, right? You know what I could do? I could put it on here and then stitch it. Like that's on there now. I could run some stitches through it. And then it would definitely hold. Now that would mean that I have to let it dry because I don't run wet glue through my sewing machine at all, ever. And when I say let it dry, I usually give it an overnight. So that one there. And then this one can come down for, wait, that's not the right one. Where's my other really big piece? I don't know. I think this might be it. So basically, it doesn't have to be. Thinking about putting this one on here first. The only reason I want to do that is because I think I want to be able to put paper on here when it's attached to this one, and if I can flip this open just to secure the lace, because I'm going to sew it through here. I'm trying to think about how to do this so that it will be the most secure on the project and won't come off. The most secure would probably be to not do this, but in for a penny, in for a pound. Okay. And then this goes down on, nope, I glued it upside down. Goes like that. I love it when I'm paying attention. And I'm down here off my desk, which means you guys have any idea what I'm doing? Yeah. All right. So we're going to put this on here like this. Now this side of it's sticky, so it makes it hard for me to blot. All right, and then this is going to go on here like this, and then this will fold around the bottom. What I want to be able to do is attach it to this one, flip it down, put paper on the back to secure the lace, and then I won't be able to stitch the top one. So this top one definitely has to be hot glued. However, on this one, I have this thing that got stitched on here. So there's a nice thick seam right along here that I can hot glue down. So I'm not as worried about that one. So I'm probably going to put stitches through this one. I'm just worried that it's not going to be enough to hold. I mean, it might be. I'm paranoid, guys. I don't know what to tell you. It's going to go on like that, like this. I need to know how high up. Yeah, that should work. So right above the bottom flower. All right, guys. I think I've tortured you long enough, so I'll probably let you go after this one. But you have an idea of what I'm doing with this. This journal is still sitting here beckoning me to work on it. So I wanted to pull it out and show you what my thoughts were on it. The only thing I wanted to do with this was I want to cut a piece of paper. It does not have to be anything special. It can be scrap copy paper. Oh, you know what? I have all kinds of scrap. Is this long enough? Maybe a little longer. Neither one of those is longer. These are longer. Wider. But that's okay. This is going to serve two purposes. Creating an edge to bump up against when you slide something in the belly band. Which probably means after all this dries and I get all this manipulating done, that's going to end up with, what do you call it? Masking tape on it. I do love trying to add and add and add, don't I? Telling you guys, I can overcomplicate a paper bag. Just leave it to me. If you need something complicated, let me know. All right, so we're going to glue this down on top of here. This is going to sandwich the lace. This is my paranoia showing through. I want to sandwich that lace in there so that I have no, I am not worried at all that it's going to get pulled off of there. And then this will go on this page like this, and you fold this lace around, and it makes a cute little belly. And I'll trim this. This will get trimmed up. And the lace is what will hold the belly band on. And then you can slip things underneath, and you can slip things inside. What do we think? Cute? Yeah, I like it. I like it on the yellow. And look, I'm using up more stuff, guys. So this is me pulling from my, like I said, from my ephemera that I never ever used, that I had tons of fun making. But as I was making it, it's what I would say all the time is I don't like decorating it, because if I decorate it, then I've limited myself. But in the same token, a lot of the stuff I was making, even the stuff that I wasn't decorating, was kind of limiting because of what I was making it out of. So I think I've learned that I'm more of a project as needed person than a mass make person. That does not mean there aren't certain things that I would mass make, but I think I'm learning that I like to make things as I go with a project so that I have stuff that goes with that project. I'm much more comfortable. These give me great ideas for stuff that I can make to go with a project. So that's good, but okay, so there we are. So this is where this is right now. I have the other three signatures to go through. I'm not going to do, I'll go through the other three signatures and do all the gluing and stuff so that you guys don't have to sit through that, since you see now how that's going and what I'm doing with it. I may cover some more of the pockets with lace, go through and, do that kind of stuff. And then the next time we come in, I still want to try and find places to stick the ephemera. And once we have the pockets and everything glued, it might be easier. So we're just going to have to move through it slowly, one piece at a time, and hope that I can find places to put it all. Because I'd really love to use up this entire pile of ephemera and not have to worry about it. Not have to put it back into the ephemera box, especially anything that can be called a pocket. Because my pocket drawer, overflowing. That is probably the thing I've made the most of. So we'll see how it goes, because a lot of these already have pockets. So using pockets is hard. But this is where we are. We're going to throw this together. It's going to be kind of garden eclectic, and we're going to have some fun with it. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging in with me, especially if you hung through all this chaos. This is what happens when I come home without a plan, guys. Just warning you. And I will see you guys in the next one. God bless.